Afternoon, Damp Sam here on another job. I'm going to take you in here and just turn that down. Don't want to get in trouble, do we? Right, this is a job that I came and surveyed about a month ago, and we've just knocked all plaster off. And what I want to show you is just a few things that's going off, damp-wise and mould-wise, things like that. So. What we've got here is a step down from outside ground level to inside ground level. And whoever's damp proofed it before, they've done small bits. So they've put, there were 4 different types of plaster on when we've knocked off to right height. So you got original plaster. Some people have patched up with browning. There've been some limelight put on, and there've been some sand and cement put on with waterproofing. But there were a lot of bridging issues going off. This is a bridging issue. What we mean by a bridging issue is the drilled damp course at wrong level. So you can't really see them, but these are the holes in brick. So it's probably been drilled and injected about 20 years ago, 25 years ago, if it's a jobbing builder that's done it or whatever. But so they drilled it on that bottom course, but that's level with ground level outside, so you get what's called lateral dampness coming through. It's constantly got wet against that brick, so you've got lateral dampness coming through. And what we do to stop that is we'll put some NatSem on, which is a waterproofing render. So we'll stick that on bottom. We'll drill and inject our new damp proof course above that level. It's got a render on outside all the way to forward, so we're going to drill a bit further up all the way along this wall. Other things that's been going off, they've got these here, they've got air bricks in, so if I get it down to that level, you see that's a hole straight through to outside. So you've got like an air brick, you've got cold air coming into the property. She's got one here, one in back room, she's got one upstairs in front bedroom, constantly closed, but you've still got that cold draft coming in. What we're going to put in, we're going to swap them for what's called pacifier vents. Now, a pacifier vent is the same thing. It's got a superflow air brick on outside, which is plastic. It's insulated, so any air that's coming in, it'll take the moisture out and just allow clean air to come in, which is air molecules without any moisture in. I'm doing that because that's an air molecule. So the atmosphere is filled with these air molecules, and when it's cold, they're like that big. Some men might know what we're on about. And then when it gets warm, it gets a bit bigger. So yeah, it gets these air molecules. They expand and they can hold more moisture. So I mean, it's not a problem that I've had, ladies. So yeah, I smell. So anyway, I don't know how to get onto that subject. But in this part at room, this is James. He's just clearing up, and I ain't got a mask on, but I did have one on when I was knocking off. So again, you've got black mould in here, which is a ventilation problem. But we're putting these vents in, so it's going to have adequate ventilation. We're gonna sort that out using a fast system. We're gonna insulate it and put some boards on with acrylic, and we're gonna use some dry flex to sort all this bit out. Drill and inject a new damp course. But also these, you see this black mould upside at window. Well, what they've done is when they fitted new windows, which that have been sash ones before, they've put it other side at cavity. It's a really small cavity, but there'll still be cold air coming in. So, and also, this is not sealed at all, and it's not sealed on outside, so you've got a cold draft coming in here. So condensation forms on inside at window and then black mould. It's a common problem, very common problem, and I'm just looking for something else. there was something else I was going to mention, but it all adds up to what I've been saying before about if you get somebody that's not qualified, somebody that's not been and learned how to do everything, what happens is they come on site and they'll just do it one way, they'll just knock it off and they'll smash all membrane on every single wall, and a lot of them probably don't do it right anyway, but they bang all membrane on because they think, well, we'll put membrane on, we'll put a plasterboard on top and now it'll come through membrane, which can work if it's done right, but you've got a hollow wall, you've got a lot of time, you've got different levels. So this plaster here is really thin, this is really thick, so you get membrane on that wall and you won't get it on that wall. You'd have to sort of knock it off to the top, or you'd have to carry it onto top, but it's got coating up there, so that's another issue that you've got. So what I do is when I've knocked it off, I'll have a look at wall and I'll decide there and then on job which system's going to be put on which wall, and that's because I've learned how to do alt systems and I've been alt courses, I've liaised with alt manufacturers, and I know what systems there is and how it works, how damp works, how damp comes up wall, different types of damp, condensation, whether it's a condensation problem, lateral damp problem, whether it's penetrating damp problem, or whether it's what's the other thing, rising damp, main one. But a lot of times it's not rising damp, a lot of times it's a bridging issue, and it don't mean to say that you've got to do a full damp proofing system. I mean, it's like our industry of saying, yeah, but it's done that for rising damp, but and it weren't rising damp. People think as long as they can do that wall, they get a price, and it's guaranteed for 10 years, and it stays dry for 10 years, then they've done the job. As long as whatever if you're happy with that price, and whatever they do, and it stays dry for a guaranteed period, then they've done the job. Whether they've gone over at top or whether they've done just enough. I'd hate to think I was just doing just enough, and you know what I mean, and there was going to be a problem. But because I'm on job and I can see everything that I'm putting in and what everybody's doing, and I know what systems are going on, and I'm confident that them systems are going to work. They will be dry, and if they're not, if we do have an issue, I want to know why. I want to have a look at it, and I want to find out what is causing any damp issues, and we'll put it right, and then in future it'll not happen again. And a lot of time it's something really small. It's not a full system that sort of breaks down. It's very rare that manufacturers' materials will fail as well. So it's normally user error. So it's either somebody's put it in wrong, or they've not done the system right. So I'm just trying to think if there's hotels. So it's the first video I've done for a while on the site. I hope you've enjoyed it. Subscribe if you can. And if you've got any questions, just email me or put them on here. Any questions about jobs that you've got, any queries about mould, damp, damp stuff, just ask me, and I'll try and answer as best as I can for you. It's free, there's no charge. My knowledge is no good up here. You know what I mean? I want to put it out there for you and help you all. So it's what I do, it's what I love, and if I can help one or two people, then you know what I mean, that's my job done well. And just a bit of a shout out to a shout out sound like a chuffing DJ. Just a guy contacted me from Isle of Man, and I went to course yesterday down at PCA officers. He this guy pulled me to one side, and I'd gone to the wrong officers. They were doing exams for health and safety for surveying. And he pulled me to one side. He says, I emailed you a few years ago. He says, and I were on about doing damp surveying. And I gave him a load of advice. He were asking what to do. He said that he'd been in the building industry, but he were a fireman. So and he's been on courses. He's passed his first lot, and he's going to be a damp surveyor. So I'm chuffed to bits about that. So I hope everything goes all right in Isle of Man, and it was a cracking what they call them, motorhome that you've got. Looks like you've got a few quid in your retirement. Right, adios.